Woody Wommack and Mike Farrell. We are joined by Florida recruiting analyst Rob Cassidy. Rob, how are you today?
Guys, it's great, man. Just getting ready for signing day. How's everything in New York?
Oh man, we are sitting in this windowless room.
Living the dream is what we're doing.
As many hours as possible.
I am also in a windowless room, man. It's like we're buds.
All right, so Rob, we know that Florida brings the drama every signing day, no matter what we say, no matter what happens. There's bound to be flips and lost letters and all types of things. So let's start with Donnell Harris. Now let's run down the Donnell file. Committed to Miami, decommitted, reclassified, committed to Texas A&M. Does he have one more up his sleeve?
Yeah, they call this the Florida special, I think. The reclassifying 3 commitments. It's ordered off the menu. Yeah, I think he does have one more left in him, though. He did visit Texas A&M this last weekend, which may have kind of helped solidify things for them. But I think it's going to be Florida. But I think it's not set in stone yet. I've spoken to his high school coach today. He does not know what to think. He's usually one that shoots pretty straight with me. And even he was like, Rob, I have no idea what this kid's going to do. My gut says it's going to be Florida, but I would not be shocked if he stuck with Texas A&M.
Another committed guy out there, Timothy Smith, defensive tackle. Alabama commitment. They're really trying hard to keep him. They love him in this class. But Florida trying to flip him and get him to play with Gervin Dexter. What are you hearing?
Yeah, it's another head-to-head battle for these two schools, and it's going to be an interesting one to watch because up until last week, I think he was convinced that Alabama puts more players in the NFL. Florida got a little creative with the numbers, showed him that it's closer than he thinks, and he's on record at Rivals.com at our Florida site saying that now he knows that Florida puts in just as many defensive linemen in the NFL as Alabama. Whether or not that's true, I have not researched, but it doesn't matter if it's true because Timothy Smith thinks it. It's going to be interesting to see what he does. He's been to Gainesville more than he's been to Alabama, which leads me to believe their relationships may be a little bit stronger. But it's hard to beat Nick Saban on these signing day battles. You guys know that as well as I do.
Georgia's had a lot of success down in Florida the past few years, especially closing late. We know they're in on a few guys. Who do you think they can manage to pull out of here at the last minute this year?
Well, I think Arian Smith for sure is going there. I think that one's done. It was done before he visited this last weekend, but he went down to Athens this weekend. And I think that really sewed it up. And what they're getting is him is just he's like he's one of these kids that's a track kid and a football kid. He's raw, but he is one of the fastest players in the country. So once they get him on campus and kind of mold him into more of a wide receiver, I think he's got a high upside. I don't think there'll be any drama with him. I think he'll be going to Georgia.
What's the word down there about Mike Norvell? What are you hearing? What's the buzz about Florida State?
It's too early as far as my neck of the woods in South Florida goes. I think kids like him. They want to like him. But after, the way it's been at Florida State under Willie Taggart, and even the last season under Jimbo Fisher, I think people in South Florida are kind of bringing a prove-it mentality to them. I think it's going to be a wait and see. I don't think Norvell is going to come in and make a giant splash in this class. I think it's really going to come down to what he does on the field next season. If there's marked improvement and that program looks like it has an upward trajectory, I think Norvell will have a pretty good time, depending on the staff he assembles and where he wants to recruit in the state. But if it's another 6-6 effort, I think he'll get a lot of side eyes from recruits. It's just wait and see with him right now.
And last but not least, what's up with the new Miami? I feel like we haven't heard any buzz about them over the past few weeks. Are they in on anybody? Are they going to close with anybody? What's going on?
Yeah, the new Miami is looking a lot more like the old Miami right now. It's been rough for them. Ever since it seems like it's kind of been a downward spiral for them ever since that bad loss in Marlins Park to FIU. They lost some commitments. I don't think they're going to be getting any marquee guys to flip on signing day, but you could see, a kid that's committed to a Pitt or something end up there. They're not really in the mix for any of the Timothy Smiths or the Arian Smiths that we've been talking about right now. Now, in the late signing period, that might be different. I think Avante Williams is considering them. I think he'll look hard since his decommitment from Oregon, and that'll be a situation to watch.
All righty, perfect. Thank you, Rob. You can follow Rob on Twitter at Cassidy_Rob, and keep it locked in to Rivals.com, where me and Mike are going to sit here and tell you everything you need to know about signing day all week.